Hi guys, welcome back to Memories with the Fam. I'm Jessica Garcia, and this is Jose from down the block. He comes to fix like the sink when it's
They
Esperanza.
probably are going to believe you because they don't get to see me.
My sink was broke, so he came over and he saw me doing YouTube. So he was like, "Oh, you're doing YouTube? Can I get in the video?" And I was like, "Sure, Jose."
Yeah.
Hey, you know Jose, the one that comes to fix the sink, you know?
Yeah, he's a great man. He works very well. He makes our stuff awesome.
I'm just playing. I'm
That's it,
Jessica
that's
Garcia,
exactly.
and this is my husband, Michael Garcia.
What up, y'all?
We're gonna do a video today of how we met.
Yes.
So,
And it's awesome because, like, you know, we've been together for a long time, but it's always nice to talk about how we met. How
yeah,
was that?
been together for 45 years,
Yeah. Exactly.
pretty much.
Yeah. We're gonna hit the 50 here pretty soon.
Yeah, next month.
Next month. Yeah. So go ahead.
No, we've been married for 9 years, coming up in February. Together for 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but you know, I wouldn't change anything in the whole wide world. I love where we're at now. Not only just as a couple, but a married couple with all of our children and everything like that. I wouldn't change anything in the world.
So today we're gonna do a video of how we met.
Yes,
So since we've been
That's the
together
goal.
for 9 years, so that would have been 1942. So
1942, and that was when everything was real cheap.
I'm just playing. No, yeah, we're gonna do a video of how we met. So how did we meet?
Well, so we live in a small town, and in that small town, we've had multiple conversations, right? Of what we used to do when we were kids. Well, we used to be in the same places when we were little, but we've never actually physically met. It was kind of crazy, right? And then, well, I don't know. My version of my story is kind of like long, and because I talk a lot, so I want my wife to do it because
No, it's
she
okay.
she
Go
does
ahead.
it really good.
Talk a lot.
So no, I don't want to talk.
They
a lot.
want to hear your story.
No, I want to.
They wanna hear
wanna
your story.
I love when you say it.
They want to hear your story.
Please tell it.
Tell it.
So we I'm sorry, guys.
You tell the story better than you can.
Well, the story is like, I mean, there's a lot that has happened within this time frame, right? But I just want to make sure that like we cover everything because there's so much and it's hard to
We
do
could
it.
do a part 2. So calm down and just tell them how we met.
Okay, so how we met was I was working at a place where her friend was working at the time, and we were getting ready, we were getting ready to go out one time, and then like her friend had MySpace, right? And so with MySpace, she was scrolling on her laptop, and I ended up actually seeing my beautiful wife.
This beautiful face.
And then I was like, whoa, stop. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, who is that? I was like, who is that? And then she's like, oh, yeah, that's my friend. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then, so I was like, well, we're going to go out tonight. I was like, invite her. And I was like, invite her. She might want to go have fun or whatever. She's like, well, no. She's like, she won't be, she won't have fun because she's what did she say? She's pretty much engaged or married or whatever. And then I was like, it's all right. I was like, go ahead and just call her anyway. Have her come out, whatever. And she's like, no. So nothing really happened at that point, but we fast forward to they were out at a bar. So
We were out at a club, and Michael happened to be there, and my friend wanted to know what was in a certain drink, so she went up to Michael and asked him, and he was like, I don't know. So then we were like, okay, so that's how me and him met, and then he commented something to me. What did you say?
I said I loved your beautiful smile. Yeah. And so,
Anyways, we walked away and, we ended up meeting up again later on that night and we all hung out. Me, my friend, him and his friend. And we ended up going to another club and then we went to her house afterwards and we hung out for a while.
yeah, exactly. And then I don't know, I had a really, really good conversation with her. Just like when we would just talk, because she would make me laugh and I'd make her laugh as much as I can. And then we end up having a great night, spending the time with each other. And then we end up going to my house, and she woke up. She woke up the next morning, and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I'm up before her, and so I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna make some cereal. Like, I'm gonna make some cereal for her, and I'm gonna offer it to her, and see, because that's all I have, of course. And she came at me, and she was like, no, she's like, I don't. She's like, I'm not hungry right now, and this and that. She's like, I don't want it. And I was like, are you sure? Because I was like, I was like, do you have something against cereal? Or she's like, no. She's like, I'm just not hungry right now.
Yeah, I
Right.
totally have something against cereal. Let me tell you. No, I'm just playing. No, I just don't want to eat in front of him because, when you first date a guy, you're like real shy and you don't want to eat in front of them. And you're like, no, I'm not hungry. But deep inside, you're really freaking starving. So when you go home, you're like shoving food down your throat. Yeah, that was the situation I was in. So I was like, I have to go home because I wanted to eat.
So I was like, because she was looking out my windows, and
Come to find out, we live 2 blocks from each other.
yeah, it was 2 blocks, and I was like, she was looking at my window. She's like, where are we? She's like, I don't even know where we're at. I'm like, she's like, I'm kind of like freaking out because I don't know where we're at. I'm like, we're 1 block away from the fair. She's like, okay. And then she looked out the window and
He
she's
told me
like,
to look out the window that I could see the fair. And when I looked out the window, all I saw was an alley.
so she was really like, wow,
Yeah.
like, okay, this is not true, right? And so we end up, at that point, I end up taking her to her house and find out, yeah, exactly, we live 2 blocks away from each other. And so when we did that, we stayed in touch, with each other a lot. Because she would always, one thing that she would say that she was she tells me this all the time, but she was like, she goes, I never understood why you slept so much. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I was like, because I've never heard that. But she was like, I never understood it. You slept so much. You would sleep all day, and then all of a sudden, like at nighttime, like you come up out alive, and you're just like, hey, this is what it is.
I would never sleep. I was a mother. I didn't know what a nap was. I didn't even know you could take a nap in the day. Like, I don't understand it. And then I would call him and he'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to take a nap. I'll see you later. I'm like, what? You're going to take a nap? Like, who naps?
Oh.
It was weird to me.
Yeah, I did that for a long time. Well, I was working nights at that time, so it was kind of, I don't know, normal for me. But she was like, I can't believe that you did that, right? So, we started hanging out a lot, and let's see, did you invite me to your home?
I think
at
I
the time?
invited you over to eat and meet the kids and stuff.
Yes. So that was kind of like the first thing. She invited me to come over and eat dinner
Oh, my God.
and to meet the kids. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm really excited. So I definitely show up, and I was really hungry. And then she was like, we're gonna eat pork chops. Oh no, sorry, ribs.
Yeah, ribs.
And she was like, yeah, we're gonna eat ribs, mashed potatoes, and this and that, right? Lo and behold, the first actually person I met out of all your family, besides the kids and, well, excluding you, was your crazy dad. I got to,
Crazy guy.
yeah, I got to meet him and stuff like that. And then so we had kind of a little fast forward here, but we kind of had a fantastic dinner.
Oh,
I did. Okay.
yeah.
I did meet the kids, and I love the kids to death. They were, at that time, Matthew was
3.
3 years old, and then Esperanza was 2. Babies, right? And I loved him
He
to
showed
death.
up at my house one day after hanging out with us, and he was like, "Get in the car, let's go." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, where are we going?" And he was like, "Just get in the car, bring the kids." I'm like,
Oh, so keep in mind this is the daytime, so I'm actually normally I would be sleeping,
he
right?
was
So
not
she was,
napping.
so she was
So I
kind of
was
really
like, "Oh
freaked
my
out.
gosh, like, why are you even up right now?" Yeah, it was funny. But he was like, "Get in the car, let's go." I'm like, "Where are we going?" And he ended up taking us out of town to see like this castle that we have where we live in our state. And we ended up going to see a castle with the kids, and it was pretty cool. And the kids were really excited, and that's when I was like, "Oh my gosh, like he really was like, bring the kids. Like, who does that?" So that's how I kind of knew he was like interested.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't just like, "Can you come with me?" He asked about the kids too, so that was really good, you know?
Yeah, it was fun, and so we kind of made a whole day out of it. We, took a lot of pictures, and where we live at, it's very beautiful. We kind of take things a little granted because we've lived here all our life, but it was really nice. So
Yeah.
we had a really
It
good
was
time.
nice. And then he came to the house a couple more times. I cooked a couple of more dinners. And then we ended up going out to another city. Was it?
Oh yeah, so
We went out. You took us out to eat to like 30 minutes from here. What would you call it?
I think we went to where did we go?
I don't know, but you took
We
us
went
out to eat.
we went somewhere out to eat, and I think it was God. I can't even remember the area.
Yeah.
We went. Yeah, we went.
It was
30
about
minutes. We
30
went out of
minutes.
town.
It was about 30 minutes
yeah,
from where we live.
Yeah,
and we went out
of
to
town.
eat, and we had like a really good day. What else did we do that day? Did we do any shopping or anything? Or
No, we just kind of like I think we took the kids to play like some games and stuff.
yeah, we just had a nice little
Um,
ride and stuff.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
So we kind of just like it was just it's kind of like it was really new, right, to her and I, but it was just so weird. It was so, how would I say, it was like not, it's not a weird film. It was like meant like to where we try to do family things every Sunday, moving forward, and it seems like that all the time, and that's the way it was from the beginning. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
So then after that, he came over the house a few more times, and we started getting like more serious. And he had a bowling tournament.
yeah.
And he invited me to go with him, and I was like, "Oh no, I am not going because the snow is like really crazy. I don't like
What
to
is
travel
it?
in the snow. It
I think
freaks
it's the
me
end
out.
of April.
It freaks me out. I just don't like to travel in the snow, the ice, like I don't like it." So I was like, "No, I don't want to go." He was like, "Please come with me." He's like, "I don't want to go alone." I was like, "I don't want to go with you." It was so funny. But he really had to talk me into going with him, and finally I did. I went with him, and oh my gosh. Would I say that I felt something was going to happen? It definitely happened. But after that, the whole experience was just awesome. I mean, it was just a little scary getting there. But other than that, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's
But-
actually where we kind of really spent like it was more or less like it's like when we were at home, or when she was at home, or when we were together, we had the kids. It was all about the kids and us, and kind of
Yeah, we just needed a little bit of time with
and
ourselves.
that was our first time that we actually had. I mean, we had been dating for quite some time
Yeah.
now, but that was the time that we actually had a time where me and her can be alone, and kind of really find out each other, and see what kind of really.
Yeah. So
makes
we're
it
going to
nice.
have to end this video, guys, because it's already up there in time. But we're going to do a part 2. And let us know if you like it. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. And we hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you.